It's the Pilot Man.
Let's
do it. You can tell my shocker as his leg flex. That's right. You can tell my shocker as his leg. Alright. You can tell my shocker as his leg flex. That's right. I'm pulling at my cover like my leg. Alright. You can tell my shocker as his leg. You know. That's right. You can tell my shocker as his leg. For sure. You can tell my shocker as his leg. You know. That's right. I'm pulling at my cover like my leg. For sure. You can tell my shocker as his leg. Pulling at my cover like my leg. That's right. And I keep a rocket in the clip. I'm calling in the cockpit with your bitch. Alright, we don't put no narcotics on the strip. You know, just to make a profit in this bitch. You don't want no drama in this bitch. We'll pull up on your mama with the stick. Yeah, I'm on that fighting shit. So how like you just took a bike in it? I'm good for you just like a vitamin. Hit up the Parliament, put something like it. Niggas is helpless, shit ain't hard. Nigga, I'm selfish just like God. To get my wings back, I came down to earth. He told me Exodus is your job. I'm a lesson all these laws. Get a universe more balance. Off them green bars, no cabbage. I get high, I think I know magic. Fuck with me, you know it's toe tagging. It's the pilot in this bitch. You can tell my shocker as his leg fly. You can tell my shocker as his leg flex. That's right. You can tell my shocker as his leg. Alright. You can tell my shocker as his leg flex. That's right. I'm pulling at my cover like my leg. Alright. You can tell my shocker as his leg. You know. That's right. You can tell my shocker as his leg. Sure. You can tell my shocker as his leg. You know. That's right. I'm pulling at my cover like my leg. Sure. Flight boss came down, nigga sneakers. Flight boss, step outside, do a 360. Got a unit full of those G's, and I ain't me fit. Everything I do is B.I.G. and I ain't P. Diddy. My chakra level started from the roof, you know. And now I see my chakras through the roof. The face come out at night, the new Houdini, you know. I'm vibing with a resin Kundalini. Knock that off, it's a cop in that car, yeah. We don't stop for the law, got a spot on the stars, yeah. I wouldn't even be on earth if God didn't want to put me to work. This rap game is so we get hurt, all I see is colors like neon surge. All you big homies was peons first, acting like what ain't you. When shit gets sour like grapefruits, they start acting like take two. I ain't going nowhere but you take me, and you ain't going nowhere but hope I take you. I'm a goddess, do some rims on my Bacaba. Fly ball. You can tell my shocker as his leg flex. That's right. You can tell my shocker as his leg. Alright. You can tell my shocker as his leg flex. That's right. I'm pulling at my cover like my leg. Alright. You can tell my shocker as his leg. You know. That's right. You can tell my shocker as his leg. For sure. You can tell my shocker as his leg. You know. That's right. I'm pulling at my cover like my leg. For sure.
Some C, triple three, look, come on, yeah, you know we making moves. Some C, and you know I just be in my 10 toes, man, you know I just flew. When they call me triple three, you know I don't do all the hate for. You know I don't do all the hate for. I came on this beat with it, you know I made this shit just because I'm true. And you already knew that, bro. And don't do all the games with me, gossip do, I be looking like a fool. Some niggas look like clowns, you know they need a straight check. Looking for a couple rackets, yeah, we moving cold. And you know we get that back, I call him running with the pack. To the niggas that slime me, oh yeah, you falling off your neck. You can catch me cruising free on the highway, man, yeah, I know they moving back. Long wheel up to the sky, pole, boy, can't even test. And when I talk my shit up on the mic, I just be protected, don't need no vest. Inspiration flowing through me, now I do my best. They don't care if you fall off in the street, hey, you know you might be nice. You look up to the sky, talk to God, I'm never less. Yeah, G, we keep it going, yeah, we do our best. Like I said, we start walking and I speak it with my chest. Yeah, I'm working day to day, but that nigga just need some rest. And they see the way I'm flowing and they asking am I up next. Like I said, we staying fluid and we never less. You see the way I mix it on the mic, you know I do my best. And the MCs really bow to me, cause you know I do it me, and you know I do it clean. Mash it up and mix it up, you know I steady stage. And I'm rhyming left and right, that's even just what we bake. It's just what we do, I'm floating in the sky, always ride, never lie. never. Yeah, I'm with my guys. I'm on MC 333 SCW. How we ride. You know the columns in the sky. No fear, we gotta ride. Man, just take your power back individually. You gotta shine. This is how I rhyme. I make it shake, cause I'm knowing that it's my time. Cruising Highway 5 in the Lotto. It's just how we ride. If I need another ride, I grab the dash. Key out of sight here. Jimmy keep it groovy. Kept it meshing real nice. Look up to the sky. They on me down lane. They don't know how to shine. Baby, keep it in mind. Right? And maybe they'll be on time. Maybe they'll be on time. Yep. Maybe don't do all the tripping, can't do all the hating, all the hope. I'm just praying for Allah. Cause I know that shit a lot. I don't do the hating, I'm making. I'm just knowing it's our time. You gotta shine, you know it's coming from a man's mind. Knowing what comes from man ain't got shit to do with God. On the spirit, been no thing, and we created everything. You know, teamwork made the dream work, and we got it when that shit was in a blank. And they be calling it Big Bang, you know that shit was on display. And fuck your science, cause you know that shit be pseudo, man. Just because you got a PhD don't mean that you a real man. All these papers don't mean shit, so you know we just got a plan. And we shutting it down, not letting them know when we coming down. Some say. 2, 3.
We always say at the Black Panther Party that they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you remember I said, the last words on my lips, I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people.
Late for liberation to stand in this prison. Voices of my choices, ambiguous ambition. Roaming in the home of the fall, true spirit. Many say they answered the call, but don't hear it. It's the Black Messiah, made in love, here to grow. Fan the fire, so cold I make it snow. Call me sire, no fold in my soul. Expanding higher, as above, so below. Till my last breath, living cause I'm my life. Stepping on the chest like easy money sniper. Essence of the crest shines and entice ya. Presence in the nation, they name it divine cipher. I've been gone, know it's in a circling back. Generational curses, yeah, we working on that. ASAP, get the dough, call it Lucci. Nalo stay strapped like big snow around Gucci. More Panther parties, way less lamping. Flow until I'm dead, poet like Fred Hampton. Fist up, you know it's kinda scary. One time, I am a revolutionary. You know they fear it, but hear it in the booth. Fuck how you feel, you can't conceal the truth. A race war, nobody calling the truth. Let it all hang, this the year of the noof. Nalo.
Instant hit, critical. I keep it real, I don't really do subliminals. No, niggas say I fell off, how pitiful. I'm like, if I fell off, I landed on the pinnacle. Nowadays I'm cynical. Should I kill the game and let these lames in their lanes think they lyrical? By the time I figure it out, don't give a fuck. A nigga tried testing me, he out of luck. You can find me talking that rapper shit, capping and rapping about my dick, probably in some random chick. And I'll never call a woman a bitch unless she is, yo. Shit, she can still get it though. Everybody tell me you the GOAT, bro. I'm like, please tell me something that I don't know. I don't need love, I want head. Only thing I trust is God and his bread. Yeah, even Jesus had a Judas, Caesar had a Brutus, your heart got a Cupid. So if you fall in love, then you really just stupid. If you dash back for more, then you just clueless. Gemini gang, we really do this. Intellectual, but I go stupid. Dumb. It's the Black Messiah. If you're looking for the truth, homie, I'm your supplier.
Everything would be all right if everything was put back in the hands of the people. And we're going to have to put it back in the hands of the people. Now, we say all power to all people. We say white power to white people. Brown power to brown people. Yellow power to yellow people. Black power to black people. X power to those that we left out.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to. You can't hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I just confirmed I'm Illuminati confirmed. Okay, I'm opening up. I am in the Illuminati. I actually founded the Illuminati back in one of my past lives. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right. Congratulations, people. I want you to just ogle, ogle, ogle this full moon that's right here. Y'all better know what time it is. This is not a cult or anything of infinite beings, but we are the Infinity Gang. Shout out to my infinity years. I have the honor of leading you through this ritual and pretty much just explaining this harvest to third quarter square. Yeah, this is what you've been waiting for. Okay. Um, no, it's time. It's time. So, um, it's a lot that I want to kind of establish. Welcome to instant manifestation land, the promised land, where you are harvesting all that you are worth. Let's get it. Okay, the power of God exists everywhere. There's truth in everything, and everything has a soul. And so, relative to your power that brings forth into existence anything that you imagine and create willfully, you are engaging in the choice to take your full power back. And as you move forward and challenge yourself to own your full worth, this, like a video game or any struggle, on a frequency level, I'm not even gonna say that, but with your frequencies, if you think of that energetically, puts you against. And I want you to look at this 180 degrees, because this is establishing outside influences, you assessing and being aware of your individual value, feeling the pure element of that chaotic intensity of the shared emotions socially of what you're worth. This is the completion of that. All right. And fuck these motherfuckers and suck all our dicks, because we are standing our ground on our value no matter what. And we are not looking back. As you really feel the intensity of, I'm not going to call it psychic attack, but opposing frequencies that wish to undermine you so that you do not maintain your value, this will also be aided by supporting frequencies who you share resonance with. And what's really fascinating about all this is by the time the moon is in Capricorn in a few days, this harvest of this energy and quality will now, ninth house of vision and philosophy, show you the understanding of how to use this instant manifestation ability. And this is quite unprecedented, as it starts off crazy as fuck. So, for those of you who've been channeling your ass off a little bit before, but especially during this is going to, especially if you're Pluto Scorpio, but it's not limited to, this is going to induce a sense of not psychosis, but like there are heavy layers being unpeeled of enabling you to flow from a pure space that, for some of you, especially if you're alien, have no context in this world that you're in. And if you're not comfortable, this is the Uranian quality of your eccentric uniqueness. If you're not comfortable, that's the North Node Taurus challenge, to own who you are and what you have in ways that with Uranus not only innovate the whole notion consciously and generationally of being able to accept your value in unconventional ways that most people may not accept, but also still manifest with this state. Okay. And the context that you are experiencing through the moon in Scorpio helping you understand the wisdom of all this is heightening the evolution of your consciousness. Like Jupiter
evolved your consciousness, and now we're filling in the substance of everything that's evolved. Whereas before you might have been here, now you've expanded the quality of how much you can fill. This intensity is harnessing your energy at a much more extreme level than you may be used to. And I want to reassure you, you doing this right is going to look crazy as fuck. It's going to look like you're channeling and making connections that affirm and confirm through synchronicities and other people socially who kind of fill in the blanks through this context. And it is also pioneering you docking off this arc that you are still building. Okay, this arc, Noah's ark, that you are building through your imagination, the device of your imagination. People did not see what the fuck Noah was building. They're like, you're washed, bro. You're an idiot. You're really weird. Like, you really think the whole world is gonna get washed in a flood? What the fuck are you doing? And you sailed away while people were yep, all them Nephilim too. So this arc represents this quality of your imagination that is representative of your existence outside of this non-locally real, this universe that is not locally real. And your existence as a being who can project all that you truly are relative to your avatar and all that blah 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 blue. So some people are agents for this matrix, and they reinforce the limited perspectives that keep you nerfed. Your decision to harvest this energy over the week is going to put you in a position to personally and powerfully be in a position to not only call back all your power, but make you a huge target, because your essence and presence and perspective will inadvertently influence other people who will wake up out of their nerf. There's a really good analogy that certain people made, and you don't have to really keep the numbers exact, but if there are 5 people, two of them are fully awakened, one of them is like on the fence, they're awakening, and 2 are asleep. And so out of the 2 people who are awakened, one of them is serving all the other people in the interest of everyone. The other one who's awakened use their awareness to finesse the other 3 people. And so with your influence, you can awaken the other 2 and influence that one. But that other one, you're cutting into their business. They've built multi-million-dollar businesses capitalizing off of these sleep people, and they have money long, so they can actually pay for mercenaries to basically kill people or silence people who are trying to wake people up. We can literally tarnish your image with the media controlled conglomerate that we have, with the power of the devil and other fallen angels and Nephilim. So that some titans which are sealed in the mountains, which won't be much longer. So with that being said, okay, the quality of this is the intensity that puts you in a position to fully reap everything that you're worth. You spent 2 weeks sowing this. It's time to reap. Harvest requires work. You have to go out in the field and harvest those crops. Otherwise, you won't be able to appreciate them while they're ripe. So relative to the ripeness of everything you're feeling, the basis that I want to use for this is, of course, instant manifestation. Because with the presence of Uranus here and Mercury retrograding, this is reevaluating the process of your brain to literally invert the capability of its processing, so that instead of giving your energy away, you are now owning it and spending it as currency instead of giving it away for fake shit. Sorry. So North Node is what is tying and binding this throughout a 10-year destiny cycle before we establish completion with the North Node Scorpio. And the full moon is unlocking this wisdom. Some of you are tying wisdom from past lives, dead ass. Early childhood, And this is going to sound crazy as fuck. The more it trines Neptune, it's going to feel very right, but there are going to be certain subcontext and layers that may not make sense relative to what you see physically right now. Fuck all that. Just really trust what you're feeling. I'm going to share a story, okay? And after I share a story, I'm going to ask you a question. And if this applies to you, get ready, okay? So I'm going to give you an example of how, as soon as the moon entered Scorpio, I began to harvest the training that I willfully, just like we all did to reaffirm we're infinity years, we're limitless, okay? I was just flowing, I was channeling, just being myself. Moon's in Scorpio yesterday. And, and everything that I'm saying is how I individually responded to this full moon. And so yesterday to today, you may have had a similar experience. The way this happened for me yesterday was by this point, we've seen synchronicities. We've manifested so much miracles. So this is where we've awakened enough knowledge through Saturn and Aquarius to understand the game. Now we're getting ready to experience it fully. So I'm chilling on this couch right there, right? And got the headphones on. And in the afternoon, I'm like, yep. Because I'm thinking about what world do I want to create? You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about some stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that would be exciting, I guess. And it was nothing that really inferred it. But in retrospect, randomly, I just got the idea. Yep, we're going to Cali. Now, when I was saying we're going to California, it wasn't in context to where I was like, you know what? I want to travel. Where do I want to travel? Let's go to the West Coast. You know what? We're going to California. It was a random thought. The feeling felt natural. It was like, yeah, I do feel like going to Cali. That's dope. And it was just in reference of just like, you know what? I feel like doing something this weekend. Right? Cool. In that moment, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to California for. And it wasn't like, oh, let's go to California. It's like, we're going to Cali. It's almost as if like an energy came in, like I received news. That's what it felt like. Like my body received the news, like, oh shit, we're going to go to California. And in the moment, physically, I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't even know if I have the means to get there right now. But shoot, we're going to Cali. We're going back to Cali. At this stage, I was able to surrender. I didn't worry about how. It was more like an adventure to me. It was like, you know what? I'm sure something's going to unfold. And I forgot about it. I didn't necessarily like think about it. I completely forgot. You know what reminded me that I thought about it? Boom. Later that evening. So within less than 6 hours. And by the way, let's welcome Call of Aldebaran. Welcome to the Infinity Club. All right. Thank you very much for joining. Later that evening, right? Thank you, Angels of Enlightenment. Later that evening, within 4 hours, I have the text, I have receipts. I got a text of someone that I haven't heard from since a year during a Mercury retrograde while the moon is in Scorpio. Okay. Yes, her sun is in Scorpio. And she invited me to a ceremony, which is, of course, tomorrow in California. Instant manifestation, baby. Instant manifestation. This is the beginning of the harvest through the adventure of Sagittarius of instant manifestation. And now I'm not necessarily even worried about how I'm going to get there. I know I'm just going to follow the call. I manifested this. All right. So I went from not knowing why I felt I was going to go to California this weekend to I'm going to California this weekend. And any doubts that are arising now about how am I going to get there? Should I go? Should I not go? This synchronicity here is literally the universe's nudge, like, go, bitch. What do you fucking you mean? Should I not go? Like, do you want me? Do you want to see a unicorn sucking dick with a sign to say go to Cali? So like this is where now, you know, I'm having spirit take the driver's seat. I'm doing what I can now in 3D, and I'm letting spirit lead me. So if you have experienced anything like this, even no matter how minor you feel to major within the last 24 hours, comment the number 1. All right. I'm giving you a practical application of what this harvest is looking like. Okay. See? And now I want to make sure we're clear. It's not just me. This isn't anything that has ever happened to me. This isn't the first time something like this has ever happened to me. Right. But the quality of how naturally it happened is evidence that the work we've put in to sow the intention of instant manifestation is harvesting. So if you typed a 1 in the chat, yes, all the time, but yes, definitely, the quality of it hit a little different, right? If you commented a 1, congratulations, you are in the process of mastering and harvesting instant manifestation. Okay. It's a lot of fucking 1s. So by the time the moon is in Aquarius in a week from now, anything that you desire to manifest, it's there. It's there. Just like it is right now. But the quality of the moon in Capricorn and Earth will crystallize this. You will understand how to utilize it to bring it from just a concept to reality. That's what's happening right now. No. Marissa, really great question. It happens to you all the time. It happens to you all the time. But the reason why I'm referencing yesterday is because this happened while the moon was in Scorpio. So this, as the quality of how this happened, right? It wasn't just the instant manifestation. Mercury retrograde, moon in Scorpio, a Scorpio woman is calling me that I haven't heard from since a year. So you know what I'm saying? It's contextualizing the quality of how much more powerful this is. So I love that question because this may happen to you regularly. So it's cool. What if you didn't type a 1? This is still the process happening for you. You're just not going to be, you're just going to come into more awareness of it. But for those of you who put 1, you're aware of it. And the awareness is going to enable you to develop this harvest so much more. But it's not necessary to be fully aware of this. It's still going to happen regardless. Okay, this is still what's happening regardless. And now that the full moon is complete, this is what's going to continue happening. You're going to continue to understand the wisdom. So now that you are beginning to harvest this, all right, the quality of your individual energy that you activated is now, the loading screen is now complete. So you're harvesting the nature of your MP bar, and this is the spot where now you see your crops that you planted seeds in, and now all the crops, they're harvested. This video is available for replay after publicly, okay? You don't have to be a member, but we still are Infinity Gang. So now what's the first thing you do once it's ready to harvest? You get the barrel out, you get your sickle, and you reap that shit. This phase comes in 3 phases, like the activation and integration. In this case, Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn. Okay. So everything after this week is going to be even wilder, but this is definitely putting you in a position to personally understand the full extent of the pure nature of how naturally valuable you are. And now that the loading screen is done, you can finally like draw from this energy. And the 3 stages, which you're not limited to, right? I'm going to describe the process through my perspective, but you may experience this totally different, right? Pick apart how I say this. But the first part of this is this moon in Scorpio. Then the moon in Scorpio is going to shift into Sagittarius and then Capricorn. That's going to be the end of the reaping. Okay. The moon in Scorpio is the understanding of the pure quality of your limitless nature. The manifestation of Taurus here is activating Mercury's retrograde so that this can actually process in your brain. The reevaluation of your brain through this process is the transformation of realizing, oh my gosh, I really can instant manifest. Like I knew I could, but like I didn't know I could. And so what happens, you start to think about everything that you were doing before and you're approaching it with this new ability. The Uranian element of this adds a controversial quality to this because most people are DAF. DAF people have been researched in Ivy League institutions since the 60s, heavily in the 80s. All right. If you have been dealing with people who are DAF, this will reinforced in a society of DMers, okay, can really, really impede on your progress, but it can be good challenge. All right. DAF, of course, the official acronym for dumb as fuck, people who are dumb as fuck, and also dumb motherfuckers, DMs. Okay. The controversial element of this with Uranus and Taurus is that many of you are tapped into a quality of yourself and a vision that most other people can't see because they're dumb as fuck. Not because they're ignorant and they can't see it or they may not be on your level, but despite breaking it down and showing them proof, they don't wish to understand it. They wish to remain ignorant. Dumbass motherfuckers. So this is representing innovative qualities that revolutionize traditional systems that most people already think work, and elements of this. Oh, why do you think you're some kind of star seed? Why can't you just be black or white or Roman or whatever like everyone else? Even though that's dumb as fuck to even say in light of the truth of who you recognize you are, the room for innovation. Like somebody who's getting made fun of for going to a newer platform that's not necessarily as popular yet, building it before it's there, where they could have remained on something more established. This is that type of timeline. And those of you who take the time to commit on something very, very, very innovative and revolutionary will reap all that it is worth. So these dumbass motherfuckers are dumbass motherfuckers because the resistance towards you owning this innovation is going to look full card to them. Okay. I want you to comment an exclamation mark if you have been dealing with this element of reinforced in a society of others who do not acknowledge your innovation of self, certain practices you have. All right. They may as well be invisible. This is so important. Uranus is trans-Saturnian. Saturn represents the material universe, right? So relative to the material universe, Saturn is the system. Anything that's Saturnian is everything that is established and as conventional mainstream. It's what works. Uranus is innovative. It's trans-Saturnian. It's the causal realm. You can't really see this quality of your mind. It's invisible. It's frequency. You can't see a frequency, right? You can't see an innovation happening because it takes the Saturnian system and innovates it. Then you have Neptune. Neptune is your imagination. It's invisible. You can't see it, right? Pluto is your unconscious. It's psychological. You can't see it. Psychology wasn't even accepted into mainstream at first because people thought it was bullshit. You can't see it. It's not like economics, Saturn, that you can actually manipulate and control. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. So that Uranus iOS fuck it jailbreak, this Uranian quality of you that is very real. Quantum mechanics is very real. You feel me? This is not just limited to quantum mechanics, but this quality of you is supernatural, but it is very real. This is your inner genius. So that being said, to the unsuspecting public who is not initiated or awakened to understand this level of innovation or genius, it might as well be invisible. Uranus is technology. We can apply it to this too. Master programmers who've invented technology that far surpasses conventional tech that is used today in today's infrastructure. To other people who are not aware or knowledgeable of this, it might as well be invisible. They're not even aware of it. So this is you overcoming that resistance by wearing this invisible garb that's not really invisible to people who can see and know and sense. All right, cool. The best part about this is you are activating a functional manifestation mechanism that works every time you use it. Will you always be able to explain how? No, because it comes from a place beyond this physical reality. If you want to call it reality, your mind, your heart, your soul. Remember, science does not acknowledge that you even have a soul, which is comical. So with that being said, the moon in Scorpio is helping you understand the wisdom in this transformation of your worth from deep places relative to your psyche. It is preparing you to instantly manifest by you channeling so much of the wisdom necessary to complete the physical quality of what it is you're manifesting. That's going to feel like you're channeling your ass off. And if some of you have been channeling your ass off, the opposition to Uranus and then the trine to Neptune is going to really alter your perspective. You're going to feel weird as hell. It should feel like you're alien. It should feel like you're understanding stuff about yourself that is not fitting in with what's happening, or at least innovating it. And I'm only saying that because some of you can inhibit yourself in an effort to try and make it sound more normal. Okay. You don't want to make it sound conventional at all. The more unconventional you can, you're building your arc. You're practicing like a muscle, this function of imagination, just being able to riff and channel, whether it makes sense to you or not, whether it makes sense to you or not, whether it makes sense to you or not. We're always channeling if we allow it. Thank you, Crystal. So this is strengthening the quality for you to access these facets of yourself. Anything that's trans-Saturnian, the government has basically nerfed. So they have classified Neptune as fantasy and Uranus as science fiction, and then Pluto as evil. Okay, in which cases it is if it's not purified, but this is the secret sauce that they keep for themselves. And it's almost illegal, if anything, to actually access this. Well, fuck that. We're accessing it. And this is how you do it, by tapping into these intangible, extra dimensional, transpersonal facets of yourself and the metaphysical understanding and perspectives that actively induce so much stronger extrasensory perception that personally enables you to augment and enhance your already existing perception through your five senses physiologically. You're a psychic ass motherfucker, and it's time to understand how to use this at the next level. That was the translation. So what's also really, see, Gabby wishes you can time travel, but you actually can. So be very careful about the false presuppositions that you say, because your brain cannot necessarily make sense of how you can actually time travel in a way that makes sense to you. Just like people back in the BCE era couldn't necessarily conceive of how you can fly. If you take someone back from the BCE era to 2023 in Japan, they will look at these bullet trains as magic dragons, and they'll look at these planes as some kind of flying beasts. Does this make sense? They wouldn't be able to them, it would be impossible. Like, you can't fly through a mechanical device. You can time travel actually through your imagination. If you just imagine and astral project or take your soul at any point in time, you can. But being able to actually believe and know you can do it, whether you know how to do it, is the first step. It unlocks this aspect of your imagination through which you will unfold and understand how to. But if you close that door, cool. So be careful about how you personally, especially with this Gemini energy, Venus getting ready to go into Cancer, you actually word what it is you word. Okay, because some of you are time traveling vessels. You are limitless. You are omniscopic. There is absolutely nothing that you cannot manifest. Okay, there's nothing that you can't bring or do. And you want to take your time to allow yourself to understand the quality of your potential. All right. So this pure unlocking of wisdom is going to, moving forward, continue to rock your world. This is going to intensify, and you're going to come into more wisdom on more effectively this instant manifestation quality. What you can do during this period is to just live as if everything that you desire and want to, you can instantly have. You don't have to pretend it's there if it's not, but don't worry about how. Just literally know. Don't say it's on the way. It's here now. Don't be like, it's coming if you want to, but like, live as if it's here now. This, in aligning with this frequency, will enable this transit to guide you through. But if you're not in this frequency, can't guide you there. So it can only guide you where you're at. So don't be so worried about doing stuff that other extra dimensional facets of yourself do way better than you, because you can't really try and do everything. As baby Buddha Luna said, it's already yours. Once we step into Moon and Sag, your mind is going to be effectively blown. This is going to transform quintessentially your perspective of this entire process. Now, there's certain things that are very key here that are occurring. One, which is Venus, that's going to get ready to move out of Gemini while the moon enters Sagittarius, okay, and really kicks in this transit. So peep game. Venus is going to be 29, and then boom. So there are going to be really huge changes and transformations in your relationships with people. Venus 29 degrees is going to reveal the crystallization of your true love, of what you truly love, and of the next step for you, as the moon is helping you understand an ascended perspective of your quality that will transform how you even see physically. What does that mean? Sagittarius, that transforms your physical perspective, is you're going to see more evidence of your instant manifestation. So it's happening now, but you're going to see it. You're going to understand this ascended perspective that will now show you the wisdom that you're channeling. A lot of stuff that you're channeling right now, and that sounds really weird and crazy, Moon in Sagittarius is going to show it to you. You're going to be like, oh shit, that was for real. That was for real. That was for real. So get ready. It's going to blow your fucking mind, especially because of the square to Saturn and Neptune. The square to Saturn and Neptune and Pisces are going to reinforce this challenging of your beliefs, because when it was in Gemini, Saturn was like, oh, you think you're limitless? And you're like, I do. Then it was in Virgo, and Saturn was like, oh, okay, if you're limitless, where's the proof? And you are like, receipts. And so now the moon is in Sag and you're seeing it. And now you're like, what's up? What's up? See? And this is the mutable axis of reinforcing these beliefs. The evidence you've seen so far has helped you create a daily system for consistent instant manifestations. Kink's Reign just nailed that. That is not only the last 2 weeks but this is putting you, okay, in a position to realistically fully embrace the full quality of everything you're worth and more. This moon in Sag is going to be so effing magical because Venus's quincunx to Pluto is going to reinstill this nurturing quality of everything you love. This is Two of Cups, so that it will transform the knowledge you're working with. Okay. Some of you may feel like, how is this going to last? Is this going to last long? This is the beginning of a whole new paradigm for you. There's still more activations, but we've crossed a very important threshold. Okay. And the more you let go and let God, right? The more you will enable your natural abilities to blossom. The square to Neptune is going to help you understand metaphysical unseen principles that you will see. You will understand what you're seeing. And this is going to literally kill the old processing, because now you're seeing holy shit. Like I said applesauce, and I literally got a text of someone asking me for applesauce or a picture of applesauce. Like you're seeing it. This is an alignment process, but the transformation is cutting dead weight as you are now harvesting the results of this. Ooh, but the best is yet to come, because after this, right? After this occurs and we effectively shift properly through this, the moon that enters Capricorn is going to begin the final part of this harvest. The final part of this harvest is Capricorn using Taurus, your manifestation ability. Now that Scorpio has given you the wisdom, and then Sagittarius has shown you how to apply that wisdom and ascend your perspective, Capricorn is going to help you understand how to use it. All right, now that you understand all this, now it's time to ninth house of teaching, show you how to instantly manifest Capricorn for real. For real. And this is where you're going to apply, and this is going to be incredible. All right. The opposition to Venus is going to temper your heart's will, so you have that power and decisive understanding, but Cancer fills the substance. So it's based off of what you actually sincerely love. This is going to be a very important challenge, as Saturn sextiling the moon will strengthen and empower this quality of what you believe, because the moon, 11th house to the beliefs that you're limitless, right? Saturn in Pisces is a 2-year process of completing the materialization and crystallization of your beliefs. Saturn in material reality is materializing the integrity of your beliefs, so that if you believe negative shit, you're going to create a negative Saturn world. If you actually align with who you truly are, this is what you're creating. We do this once every 30 years, by the way. It's the end of the karmic cycle. So every time the moon squares this, you're reinforcing your ideas, analysis, and sight relative to what you sow and reap. So the 11th house moon in Capricorn every season for the next 2 years is you coming into the results for real. And it's like, oh yeah, I believe this. Boom. Now based on this adjustment, we do it again. This is science, B. It's everything you can test for yourself. It's so amazing. It's so incredible, because by the time the moon is here in Capricorn and we're finally stepping into this ninth house, that trine to Uranus is that lever to instantly manifest. Your understanding, trine to Uranus sun, instant manifestation. You're going to feel on fire. This is going to give you a grounded ninth house Sagittarius feeling, because you're Capricorn, moon inside Capricorn, you're in control of what? Your instant manifestation potential. And this is going to teach you what you're worth. It's going to teach you what you're truly worth. Now, 10th house are results. After you finish understanding this, you're going to understand the knowledge of the highest potential that you can manifest at, because you're going to know what the results of your harvest are. And the very controversial aspect of this is that trine to Uranus, is that conjunction to Pluto. Okay. That conjunction to Pluto is putting you in a position to realistically break through an intense, extreme awakening of your value and everything. Because once you understand how to use this, you're going to want to know what this is. So after you understand, wow, I'm really using it, you're going to now know what it is, the legacy of it, right? The results, the 10th house. Okay. This is the success. This knowledge of your value is going to expand with Jupiter at the end of Aries, providing for a major boost. And that square to Taurus is you grounding this higher knowledge to augment more of what you know. So you have to make sure that you're able to ground these higher concepts and not let outside opinions get in the way of what you already know. Magic moon messages will supplement and explain this. Moon in Pisces is where you gain the rewards of career. You revisit these beliefs, and by this point, you're now understanding the quality of the harvest. You finished harvesting it, you've completed it, and now you get to enjoy it. Now you get to understand the divine beings with which you can connect with, who resonate at your frequency, and you're reinforcing these beliefs. It's going to feel divine. This is also going to help you understand the synchronicities you've been coming into, as, of course, now you transcend your character and understanding as someone who couldn't instantly manifest before, versus now that you can. And what do we have here during this very epic balsamic phase? We have the entrance of the moon and Jupiter into Taurus over the North Node as we come around for a final new moon at the end of Taurus. Okay. And the reason why that's like really epic is because by the time we're here, now you've wound up your ability to do this, and you're starting a brand new cycle once again, establishing this. Before, we had the new moon at the end of Aries, which was that energetic boost. Okay. But by this point, this is enabling us to move forward with Jupiter that's going to expand that quality of what and how we're going to do this. So I'm going to go live with Ryan Sage, all right, and a special guest right after this. And we're going to talk about some really, really dope stuff. All right. Stay tuned. What we're going to do right before that is to do a visualization ritual like reflection suggested. It's going to be very simple. All we're going to do is collectively step into the state of us, not even the version of us that has everything that we want. All right. And all you have to do is maintain this state in any way you want. What we're going to do is collectively, we're going to set an intention, and then we're going to set the intention for everyone's intention to come true as well. And then we're going to release this. Dreaming with Tess, I would do a quick pick a card. That would be awesome. But I do have to do the live right after this. So for the interest of time, we're going to do the pick a card when we reconvene for the new moon, so that we know what themes we can use for the seeds we're going to plant. But I will pull a card for everybody. So for now, please close your eyes or keep your eyes open and visualize manifesting something instantly. In order to do this ritual with me, set an intention for anything you want and visualize yourself manifesting it. Visualize yourself with everyone in the live chat in a party room. Okay. And relative to the party room, I want you to see everyone instantly manifesting their desire. How do you look? How do you feel? What is it that you want to instantly manifest? And how does it make you feel? I bet you feel good, don't you? Not even that you're attached to what you have, but the limitless quality of how you can create whatever you want. And your value is within yourself. That's it. I want you to see that, and then I want you to now affirm that what everyone else is aligning to. I intend that everyone else, along with myself, master that at the best way and for the highest good of all. Boom, we just amplified all of our intentions. Okay, and yeah, there you go. How do you feel? Carry this feeling with you for 2 weeks. Every time you get knocked out this feeling, just step back to the state and enjoy the ride. Okay. So I have 3 cards. All right. And you're welcome to pick any assortment, right? Consider it a gift that will manifest right after this live. Okay. We do have Gabby that has joined Infinity Club. Welcome. You will have access to the monthly peace reports as well as the cosmic energy tune-ups and the invocation. Okay. The underlying theme we have is the devil. This is very important. You're getting ready to manifest something so unconventional. The temptation to just be materialistic and indulge in your pleasures will come up instantly, because now there's not that much struggle that teaches you these lessons. If you want it, you got it. And so this tester is going to be here to make sure that you're not negatively influenced by your own shadow. All right. And simultaneously, this means very tantalizing sex. Okay. Get down and dirty. All right. But on some real shit, this is not necessarily bad as much as it's you being tempted by the devil in the desert. Hey, you're fasting. Can't you just make bread appear out of nothing? And you respond, man must not live by bread alone. Okay, fuck out my face, Satan. I'm just joking. So if you pick pile 1, we do have the Emperor. The Emperor is saying you're manifesting power. You're manifesting raw physical superpowers that will really establish your domain. This is an offensive type jutsu. Aries gang, the Emperor, this instant manifestation is enabling you as a gift to really convert this into however you'll express this super God level element of power. So this is going to really put a lot of stuff together for whoever picked pile 1. This is really, 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 really powerful. Shout out to Powerful Empress. If you picked pile number 2, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is talking about you won the lottery, motherfucker. You won the lottery, bitch. Pile 2, this is going to be exhilarating. You're not going to see this coming. This is a definitive level up, and destiny is taking you by the hand, and it's giving you the ride of your life. So this is definitely going to really expand a lot of what you're already working on, and I think it's something that you can definitely appreciate. And then finally, for pile 3, we do have the Hierophant. So this is kind of like pile 1. Pile 1 is definitely talking about more power and authority. Pile 3 is talking about more organization and leadership. So this is going to maybe have you be recruited by an organization, create an organization where you, if you're the Hierophant, can step up to very, very, very high standing. And this is definitely going to establish a lot more. So what this means is this is like you started a business. You started a business with the Emperor, and it's your own thing. You own it and you make a living off of it, right? And this is like you wanting to teach people. You're teaching people your skills. Then the Wheel of Fortune, you expand this, fate shifts, and your business is super successful, and you're able to expand your operations near globally. And now your company that started off as something independent is now a global organization where you provide knowledge and you're seen as this figure. That is your reading. Congratulations. Take time with this process. I hope you enjoy this. And I am going to hop, skip, and jump over to the next live video. Once again, okay. We are now in instant manifestation land. So stay in this state. Do not worry about how to make any of this happen. Just send out that frequency of what you want to maintain. The entire world is yours. The world is yours. The world is yours. So go and create the world that you want to live. You are royalty. And so enjoy this. And as other people are jealous of your royalty, remind them that you are not separate from them and they should stop being dumbass motherfuckers. God bless every single one of you.